Hello, my wonderful Sagittarius. Welcome to Earth Rose Tarot, or welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. This is going to be a general tarot love reading for my Saggies and Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. This is a general reading. It's not personal or private reading, so please always take what does resonate for you and leave what doesn't for somebody else. This is also a timeless reading. It's for whenever you come across it. And whenever I'm describing anything in this reading, or how you're feeling, how they're feeling, etc., if it resonates for you with the roles reversed, please go ahead and reverse, and that's absolutely fine. Huge welcome if you're new here and you're trying me out for the first time. Thank you so much for doing so. And if you're a returning subscriber, huge welcome back. Thank you for your support to the channel. I know recently we do have a lovely big influx of new subscribers, so if that's you, then I'm so happy that you're here. Thank you. Okay, Saggy, I'm going to start by getting some general messages for you. We'll see what the context is for your love reading today, and then we'll go into a spread and I'll ask lots of specific questions, see what's going on between you and a particular person with the connection. So just bear in mind, it might not necessarily be the person that you're thinking it's going to be. Obviously, I hope to pick up on who you need to hear about, but there may be an energy that just wants to come through most prominently. So let's start by getting some messages for Sagittarius, please, for their love reading today. What do we need to know? Okay. First card out, paranoid, cautious, insecure, guarded. Let's see. Lipstick, evidence, infidelity, caught cheating, betrayal. And then at the bottom of the deck is new boo. New love, learning each other, flirtations. Straight off the bat, Saggy, I am getting an energy here that there might be some trust issues, essentially, because we've got someone trying to find a problem potentially, or trying to find evidence on someone. Now it could either be trying to find out whether someone has started something new with somebody else, someone that you're not with effectively, but trying to find out have they moved on. This could be somebody else, bear in mind, trying to find that out about you. So it's either kind of trying to catch someone in the act of having started something new, or it could be that someone here is kind of something new is brewing or starting, but there are trust issues here. Someone's maybe they're getting even triggered by if they were cheated on in the past. They're getting up in their head that this is probably going to happen again, and they're not trusting the person that they're kind of starting to fall for, or starting to see and find out more about. Give me one more for Sagittarius, please, from this deck. Okay, interesting. The SOS card, but it's in reverse. It says distress, act with urgency, assistance needed. This is like hitting the panic button, effectively, if this was in the upright. In the reverse, it's a message. We'll see how this relates when we get into the tarot, obviously. But it's giving me a message that things might not necessarily be as bad, or as there's less need to panic than it might feel for somebody. Like they might be panicking unnecessarily, or there might not be actually a call for distress that's actually needed. This might not be an SOS moment. It's almost like with the bottom of the deck is fuego, which is chemistry, intense passion, things are heating up. It feels like someone's just not trusting the process, or trusting because the passion is kind of there, or the chemistry is leading to passion and that kind of thing, but someone is thinking, oh, hit the big red panic button about this, about I'm going to catch them. They're gonna, maybe this passion that they feel for me, they have for every Tom, Dick or Harry, male or female, obviously, and this is cause for concern, like the actual intensity of the passion I'm feeling for this person. But it's kind of giving me that might not be, and it might just be someone's getting a little bit like confused here about the authenticity of the passion, if that makes sense. It could actually be authentic. Let's see, let's get a few more before we go into the spread. It's almost like someone could accuse someone of sneaking around behind their back with someone else, but it's kind of a mistake. It might be something they're applying from either like a previous relationship, or things that I'm just getting like trust issues from other situations. So it's understandable if sometimes when people have trust issues, but, you know, could it be applying to a new partner that hasn't actually necessarily done anything? And this, you have to be careful with that kind of stuff, and I speak from experience, to not kind of make it a self-fulfilling prophecy by kind of stamping every new person with the same, not tarring them with the same brush as someone who did cheat on you in the past, for example. So let's see, that could be them, because obviously this could be the other way around. They might not be here to hear that message. So let's see. Can I get some more for Sagittarius, please? What do we need to know for their love reading today, please? For my gorgeous Saggies. Obscurity. It's a different oracle deck, Sag. Obscurity, secrets, mysteries, concealing. But why obscurity? Okay. The family card came out in reverse on top of obscurity. I'm not sure if someone here is extremely concerned that somebody has, maybe this is too wild or too specific, but maybe for someone out there is concerned that this person is hiding another family or has got somebody else pregnant and they're keeping it secret. If that is what someone is worrying about, the message I'm getting is that that is not happening. That's not the case. Tell me more, please, for Sagittarius. Okay, we've got influences, which came out, attachments, third parties, and peers. The bottom of the deck is distracted, and then underneath is possibilities. I'd be careful here as well, because someone, again, this could be the other person, Sag, so you can't do much about it if it is, but it feels like there's someone who is really really wanted a situation or wanted a connection to progress, and was really hoping that this would be something that they had waited for, that they've manifested, that, you know, they've learnt the lessons from the past that they needed to, and they were really hoping that kind of this would be something important. But there is potentially third parties is not always romantic, so it could be friends or family. I'm almost getting like putting things in someone's head to knock them off course and to kind of diminish their optimism in a situation, and kind of start throwing water on the fire, on the passion, to kind of dampen it, to suggest that there's less possibility, there's less potential here than you think there is. Someone could be saying that here, like a third party, I mean. Anything else for Sag before we go into the spread? Oof. Yeah, exactly. So we've got conflict and elusive that came out pretty much on top of each other. Conflict says clashing, basically being incompatible with each other, like this isn't going to work. And then on the other card is elusive, dishonesty, deception, trickery. Very much someone here is thinking that it's not going to work because they feel like the other person is hiding something from them or has been dishonest with them in some way, like right off the bat, like they are going into this being dodgy, effectively. But then the other card that came out after that is cloudy judgment, illusions, unbalanced, distorted. Bottom of the deck is intimacy, bonding, sensual, confiding. Okay. I'm getting a couple of things, Sag. This is either one person thinking that the other person is hiding stuff from them, therefore it's not going to work. The other thing is, and that could be an illusion, as we've got that paranoid card that came out first off. It's like maybe this person isn't actually hiding anything. That could just be someone's PTSD from other situations, as I was kind of touching on. The other thing is that someone could be hiding, and it's not the best plan they've ever had with that cloudy judgment, but someone could be hiding certain elements or things that they could be more direct about because they're trying to avoid any conflict of the other person kind of thinking, oh, well, then we're too different. And it's almost like to avoid actually deepening the connection by confiding in the other person. But they are having not the wisest judgment call on what they're hiding from the other person, maybe out of a place of trying to avoid any issues, but they're actually also kind of causing the other person to mistrust them, whereas it would be clearer judgment to maybe just be straightforward, to confide, that kind of bonding with someone, telling somebody more about you or what you've been through actually deepens the bond rather than causing the other person to be less interested. Okay. Someone might be concerned that the other person is holding on to something else, or be suspicious that they're holding on to something else. Okay. Let's get into the spread, shall we, Sag? So, let's take first. In this spread, I'm going to be asking 8 specific questions about you and the person who's coming through in this reading today. And then I will go through, I'm going to get the spread with 2 decks, and then I'll go through it with you and clarify it as and when we need. Get lots of details. So, for Sagittarius, please, with the top 8 cards for their reading today. Of course, I do hope this does resonate for you in some way. Please do take what is useful or relevant or helpful for you. If it doesn't resonate at all, which of course can happen, don't worry about it. It's just not your reading today. These things happen. You can always check out your other main placements in your chart. My intention is always Sun, Moon, Rising or Venus. But you might want to check out anything that's really prominent in your chart. And otherwise, you can always come back for the next Saggy reading as well, which I hope you do. So, let's get the top 8 cards for my gorgeous Sagittarius, please. Alright. How are you feeling about this person, Sag? Oh my god. I love it when the Oracle and the Tarot link up so succinctly. My goodness, how you're feeling about them is the 7 of Swords. You feel like you can't trust this person as far as you can throw them, Sag. Okay. Let's just carry on. How are they feeling about you? 6 of Swords in reverse. How are they viewing you, Sag? 2 of Wands in reverse. What is this person's current situation? The Queen of Wands. Well, that is fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Let's see. What does this person wish would happen in the connection between the 2 of you at this time? 2 of Pentacles in reverse. Interesting. Got 2 of Wands and 2 of Pentacles both in reverse on the spread. Okay. Feels like there might be some sort of clash of conflict of interest here. Maybe there's 2 things going on and one of them has to go. Maybe. What's the block or the challenge to this connection moving forward? Flip. 2 of Cups in reverse. As I was saying, that's 3 2s in reverse already, Sag. Okay. That would be a challenge to this connection for sure. Okay, the action this person's most likely going to be taking towards you next. We have the Queen of Swords. And what is the block or the challenge? Sorry, brain fart. What's going to be happening between the 2 of you most likely going forward? 6 of Pentacles in reverse. Sag. What's going on? Okay, the bottom of this first deck, we have the 6 of Cups in the upright. Wow, and then the 4 of Pentacles underneath. Feels like someone is holding on to the past, funnily enough. I think I kind of mentioned that right at the end of the Oracle cards. Or what happened in the past is causing them to hold back in the present and not communicate. Kind of also, funnily enough, they're not even trying to stress about it. They're not really, whoever this could be you, Sag. Or whoever is coming through in the position of the Sagittarius, bearing in mind, even if you are a Sag, you could be coming through as the other person, so just bear that in mind. But potentially it could be the Sagittarius here, because I've got the Temperance card not very far down, if I can find it. There it is, in the upright, which is your major arcana. But this is kind of giving me Someone does not want to disturb their peace and their kind of confidence and how can I put it? Their sense of what they think and their sense of satisfaction in themselves potentially means that they are not even going to stress about this situation, or that's their plan. They're not going to communicate, they're going to hold back because of, and it's heavily influenced by memories that they're applying to the present. Absolutely. But they're very confident that this is in their best interest to do this. Yeah. That's what I was getting with satisfaction. Wow. And at the other end of the deck is the Chariot in reverse. That's Cancer's major arcana. Effectively, it's this is not moving forward. Wow. It's it feels a little bit unfair, I have to be honest. Whoever's in this energy. Okay. There could be something revealed that makes this person potentially rethink this stance. Okay. It's going to be one of those readings, Sagittarius, isn't it? All right. Let me get the second layer and then we'll go through it. So, and clarify the spread one more time for Saggy, please. I mean, with 3 2s on the first layer, all in reverse. 2's significance is often about harmony of a partnership. I mean, as far as I'm aware. So it feels like this is very dysfunctional or unaligned. Like the two of you aren't on the same page about what's going on here. Clarify with the top 8 cards for me from this deck for Sagittarius, please. I'm sorry if you can hear background noise, by the way, today, Sag. It's a Saturday. So, of course, I've got music from downstairs playing as if I'm playing it in my flat, but I'm going to try and do the reading and hopefully it won't be an issue. All right, so to clarify the Seven of Swords, how are you feeling about this person, Sag? We've got the Fool in the upright. How are they feeling about you? We've got the King of Cups with the Six of Swords in reverse. Maybe this, for some of you, this is someone from your past that you're holding back from as well. It might not be, I was getting that this is like other stuff from your past that you're kind of applying to someone else, but it easily could be... it could be someone from your past as well. So how are they viewing you, Sag? We have the Page of Wands in the upright with the Two of Wands in reverse. What is their current situation? The Temperance card. Maybe you are coming through as the other person because that's your major arcana, Sag, and it's clarifying the Queen of Wands, which can also be you. So for some of you, you're coming through as the other person. This is like a flipped reading. We'll get into it in a minute. So what does this person wish would happen in the connection between the two of you? We have the Lovers in the upright. That's Gemini's major arcana. What is the block or the challenge to this connection moving forward? We have the Knight of Cups in the upright with the Two of Cups in reverse. Talk about not being on the same page. Okay. What action is this person most likely going to be taking towards you next, Sag? 5 of Wands. 5 of Wands with the Queen of Swords. Okay, what's most like? Why do I keep wanting to say what's the block or the challenge again? That's the second time now, and I've done this spread at least a dozen times recently. So the next position of what is going to be happening between you going forward, most likely, but I keep saying what's the block again. So, I mean, maybe there are serious blockages up ahead in this situation, but hopefully we can find out more. What is going to be happening going forward is the Empress, but clarifying the Six of Pentacles in reverse. I'm not sure if I like that, even though I love the Empress energy. Okay, The bottom of this deck, Sag, now we have the Ace of Wands. So that is the opportunity for a new beginning, to take action. It's also talking about what someone wants to make happen into their reality. Interesting. Underneath that is the Justice card and the Ten of Wands in reverse. So it's like a breakthrough with the Ten of Wands in reverse. It's also a relief of maybe trying to... funnily enough, it's all I was about to say. It's a relief of trying to force something that doesn't want to come together. And it's actually that being released that is maybe justice here. Maybe that is freeing someone to actually have a new beginning in the style that they actually want. I just got kind of like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. Not a euphemism. It just feels like someone isn't going to change them. That someone's not going to either change their mind or see something from someone else's perspective. Someone is very like sure that something is already over, and they are fighting very defensively any attempt to collaborate and maybe work on the situation together. This is giving me like it takes two to actually make a relationship work. And here there's one party who's really like, no, this is already over, putting their foot down, standing very defiantly and defensively and not really allowing any progress to happen. So it's giving me that there is this opportunity of a new beginning, but either this justice here is that this is, obviously we'll get far more detail, but the message so far is that either the justice is this is not going to come together even though there's an opportunity, because there's too much that's pulling the two of you apart, and it wouldn't be fair for one person to trying to keep it together. So it's actually fairer that this isn't coming, like for one party it would just, maybe they would have to overgive so much. They'd have to overgive so much to kind of persuade the other person to want to be with them. Whereas it might be a justice here of like, no, the universe doesn't want you to get into that frequency of energy. But I'm kind of getting that someone is either not seeing their own worth in this situation, or they are, God, I just got that they're kind of unknowingly traumatized in a way that they are so special, but they feel the need to try and get others to recognize how special they are. And yeah. Okay, so this could... Alright, let's get into the spread, shall we? Sag, how are you feeling about this person? Obviously, if it's the other way around, just flip it. How you're feeling about the person coming through in this reading today. Seven of Swords and the Fool. So the Seven of Swords talks about someone who cannot be trusted. That's why I was like, oh my giddy aunt when it came out, because of what the messages were in the oracle cards. So either this would suggest that you feel like this person was deceptive, lied to you in some way, kept something hidden, omitted something, tried to be strategic by hiding crucial information from you, and as a result, you're out. Like, you're leaving them in your past. This could be like a real deal breaker for you, or just something which really is like a red flag, massive red flag, to the point of like, I just can't deal with liars. No. So as soon the moment you lie to me, I'm gone. Obviously, I understand that. I'm not a fan of liars myself. I'm sure a lot of people aren't. But it's giving me a little bit of like... well, obviously, with what we saw with the oracle cards as well, it's giving me a little bit of hitting that eject button very quickly. But let's see. Tell me more, please. Now, what I was going to say, sorry, I said it could either be that or, and I didn't get onto the or. So the other thing is that it could be that you feel like this person walked away from you because they felt like you were hiding something. So let's see what's going on. Tell me more about how Sagittarius is feeling about this person, please. Oh, Yeah, wow. Oh, wow, Sag. We've got the Seven of Cups. Wow, okay. And then I'm saying that because this came out, Seven of Cups, and then the two cards I can see when the deck split when that came out is the Queen of Swords and the High Priestess. This is like, I see through you. I know I've got your number. I know your game. Like, you feel like this person is an illusionist. They wear masks. They don't show their true self. They maybe try and act a certain way or say certain things to blend in with whatever, like a chameleon, I'm also getting. But you feel like they are a phony, potentially, or just they could also be out for a good time, but it's, or when they are having a good time, so to speak, they're pretending and they don't show their authentic self. And these two cards, I mean, obviously the High Priestess talks about kind of seeing from your intuition, from your gut, from having a gut feeling about someone, from seeing past the surface. And this Queen of Swords, it's air energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, but it's also it's a kind of a very High Priestessy Queen of Swords for me. This is, she's got her eyes shut, but she receives all the information without. It's not about what you see. It's like the vibe you get from someone. So you feel like this person is full of shiz, basically. Just try not to swear because of YouTube. Tell me more. Why do you feel like this way about this person, Sagittarius? Okay, now the Queen of Swords has come out on top of the Seven of Cups, and the Five of Wands came out. Wow, you really feel like this person is really two-faced. Like they show one aspect of themselves, or one. It could even be like their beliefs for some of you, like, or you know that they're going around acting one way to some people and acting another way to you. You might feel like they enjoy drama, or they get into other people's business, or they spread their business around. Maybe you feel like they can't be trusted with information that you've trusted them with. Like they let you down by spreading private information, or like essentially kind of gossiping, maybe to get in with people, as in they kind of make friends or establish themselves in friendship circles by having the goss on other people, something like this. Tell me more. Why is Sagittarius feeling like this about this person? You feel like they try and like ingratiate themselves. Is that the right word? Anyway, they try and oh my god. Oh my god, Sag. Like they try and integrate themselves, let's just say, into different people's lives by pretending to be on their wavelength, by like maybe trying to mirror them, but not in like a, you know, when we really like someone, sometimes we subconsciously start to mirror them, and you can't really help it. That's just like hardwired into human behavior and that kind of thing. But it's like this person fakes mirroring whoever they're talking to. It's a facade though. So the next cards that came out while I was talking was the Strength card, which is Leo's major arcana, which is, I'm like, okay, this is someone who's very brave though, and they wear their heart on their sleeve. They stand up for what they believe in. They are also comfortable and confident enough to show their light and dark sides. Is like someone who's, I'm aware of the power I have by acknowledging my good parts and my bad parts. Is almost like someone who will be like, look, I'm not perfect. I know that, Sag, but you know, it's made me stronger, etc. Which, you know, I'm saying it in that voice, but if it was someone who really meant it, that would be a great thing. But then the next card that came out was the Five of Swords. Look at that snake wrapped around these swords, which this card can talk about the fact that this is a load of hot air, or treacherous, essentially, what's being said here. It could even be treacherous to try and make you take your guard down. This is how you're feeling, basically, as well. So, you know, this is how you're feeling. which I want to obviously acknowledge completely. But let's just remember, this is not necessarily the truth. This is your perception. This is the feeling that they've given you. Very much, you can't trust a word that comes out in their mouth. Either they're saying things to get you on side effectively, and they do that with lots of different people, and also they flip-flop. Like, one minute they're like, oh yeah, I really believe in this, to the people who believe in that. And the next minute they'll flip and they'll be, oh yeah, I really believe in the other thing, to the people who believe in the other thing. Like, this is like someone who has no integrity, essentially. And the other thing is, you may feel like they purposefully, like they give you a half story, they leave out the details. So effectively, yeah, as I said from the get-go, you feel like you can't trust them, they're an illusionist, and you are done. You've left them in your past, and you're heading off for a new beginning, a new advent, like a new chapter, a new adventure somewhere else. You're done. So, how are they feeling about you, Sagittarius? We have the King of Cups and the Six of Swords in reverse. King of Cups is water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. It doesn't have to be a water sign, but essentially this person is feeling a lot of emotion about you. They are really exploring their feelings, and potentially their feelings are getting more powerful about you. Sometimes I would say the King of Cups is someone who has love for you. Let's definitely say affection and care, and like they care about you. With the Six of Swords in reverse, this is suggesting that they feel like they can't really move on from this, or they might feel like they can't move anything forward out of any challenge that's going on between the two of you, with communication, with it's like there's tension, but they feel like they can't get past that tension into to try and smooth things over with you. But they're feeling like their emotions are quite heightened when it comes to you right now, Sag. Let's get some more. Tell me more about how this person is feeling about Sagittarius. Ace of Wands. Interesting. Remember that was at the bottom of the second deck that I used for the spread, Ace of Wands. Tell me more. Okay, hold on. I'm not sure if that was supposed to be in reverse or not. This person feels very passionate about you. Wow. They're kind of a little bit stuck on you and transfixed, I would say. Like they've got they're feeling possessive about you as well. Like they feel like they can't let you move on. I mean, I don't like saying that because it's like you don't have a choice. If someone is going to move on, they're going to move on. But it's like this person feels like they can't give it up. Tell me more. How they're feeling. Why the King of Cups? Like they can't give up on the two of you. That's more what I mean. It's like they're... Okay. Well, we've got the Empress, and then at the bottom of the deck is the Queen of Cups. Wow, this is borderline unconditional love, but it's like very generous. It's like this person wants to look after you, nurture you, and just fill you up with all of their love, effectively, like energetically. Okay, tell me more. It's a little, I don't know if it's OTT, like maybe it's coming across to you as OTT. It's just that, tell me more. Yeah, Three of Pentacles. They want to collaborate with you. They want you to come back. Wow, why? I mean, I don't know exactly what happened between the two of you. We've got the Six of Cups that came out as well, which can talk about a reconciliation, a return. Like it's like they can't move on, and you're already kind of moving off into the distance, and they're like, no, I can't let Sagittarius go. They are all that I want. I'll fix this as well. Like, with the Empress and the Queen of Cups, I've got enough love for the both of us. I can I will make this happen. This is all this person wants. But at the bottom of the deck, and I'm saying that, is when that Six of Cups came out, it's the Ten of Swords and the Queen of Swords. This is like you, Sagittarius. You're coming through as, which we already saw with the Queen of Swords from the other clarifying deck. You're coming through as, I hate you. I never speak to me again. You're dead to me. And they feel like, no, I can't let Saggy go. Anything else? How this person's feeling about Sagittarius? Why the Empress? Maybe they were hiding something, because the Ace of Swords came out with the Three of Swords, which is a truth. And then I'm saying that and I look at what is like stuck in my deck. It's the Seven of Swords and the Four of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Oh, Sag, this is like a truth came out that really hurt you. But it's like them chasing you down the road going, no, 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 let me explain, effectively. Don't go. Like, no, I can't possibly lose you. Like, I will explain. That's what I'm getting. It's that the Four of Swords, you see how someone had that sword of truths, but like slammed through their mouth so that they couldn't speak the truth. They definitely avoided telling you something because they felt like it would lead to disaster or conflict. But the fact that the truth then came out caused you so much pain. They want to fix it and they want to give and make it up to you and shower you with love to kind of prove their love for you. What was the deception? What was this truth that they hid or like chose to omit? What was it about? Well, we've got the Knight of Wands. Why the Knight of Wands? Ten of Pentacles with the Five of Swords. Okay. Wow. Oh my god. Was this person going out there, seeing what else was out there before they'd actually ended something with somebody else? Because when the Ten of Pentacles, yeah, as I said, Five of Swords, when the Ten of Pentacles came out, Ten of Pentacles talks about family, long-term commitment, and then Five of Swords, you see how that person is, it's got that crucial sort of information there, and they're kind of wielding, it's a bit of a power play to withhold that specific piece of information, but it causes a lot of distress. Underneath the Five of Swords, talk about distress, we have the Tower and the Emperor and the Four of Wands. The Two of Wands and the Fool. This is like someone who was avoiding mentioning something about the fact that they were married or that they had children with someone else, or they were in some sort of long-term commitment. They avoided mentioning that. Maybe they were in separation from someone and they weren't sure yet which direction they were going to go in, so they kind of were like, oh, I'll just leave that information out. But they played a risky game here because effectively they were trying to avoid that so that they could still make their mind up of which direction they wanted to go in first. Wow. Okay, yeah. Okay. Okay, let's carry on. How they're viewing you, Sagittarius. We have the Page of Wands and the Two of Wands in reverse, funnily enough. I was just talking about that. Two of Wands, which direction they want to go in. Well, yeah, they're viewing you as someone who they kept things very light with and very playful and flirty with, and nothing to, like, the spark was there, the chemistry, you see how, like, all the flames on the bottom of this Page of Wands card. They're viewing you as something that it was early days that was starting out between the two of you. There was attraction, there was chemistry, there was definitely something there with that Page of Wands, and there was flirting, joking, enjoying talking to each other, but they were viewing you as something that they either hadn't expected to need, like they hadn't seen this on their roadmap as something that was coming up. So it's almost like they are viewing you as someone who was not part of the plan, if you like, and they didn't make a decision about, or they didn't really think things through. They didn't have the foresight about. It's like someone who was a little bit reckless in the direction of things, that the way that things went, the direction that they went in. They didn't really make any sort of plan about it. It kind of happened. Maybe someone was just being a little bit careless, or just having fun, and it turned into. But when you're doing that, you're not necessarily, there's no intention there. It's not like doing things intentionally. It's doing things a little bit too lightheartedly, not taking something serious enough, so that therefore they weren't ever in a headspace to this, like they weren't really making a choice when they were doing it. Does that make sense? What is this person's current situation? We have the Queen of Wands with the Temperance card. Now, as I said, both cards associated with Sagittarius, but the Queen of Wands is fire and in general. But effectively, as a current situation, this person, I would say, has done a lot of taking care of themselves and spending time looking after themselves and picking themselves back up with this combination, getting their self-confidence back, getting their self-esteem back. This is someone who, you could say their current situation would be effectively sorting themselves out so that they, recognize themselves in the mirror again and start to feel like themselves again. They might be working on themselves in terms of like eating better, exercising, or just dressing themselves up nicely, getting out of the sweatpants era and starting to actually value themselves again, and look after themselves. Basically, so their situation is they're now in like more of a self-healed place. They've done the self-care to actually start to feel more confident again, and feel more attractive again, I would say. So what does this person wish would happen in the connection between the two of you? Interestingly, Sag, we have the Lovers card in the upright and the Two of Pentacles in the reverse. So this is basically this person saying that they want to make a choice. They don't want to be half in, half out. They don't want to be on the fence. They don't want to try and keep two situations going. Like, they don't want to be indecisive anymore. I definitely see that was an element before. Or they were dabbling, is kind of what I'm getting. And maybe a bit of this, maybe a bit of that, like they had 1 foot in, 1 foot out before, I would say, because they weren't doing, like, interacting with you. They weren't doing it intentionally, is what I want to keep saying. So what they want to happen now is to I would say just choose you with the Lovers card. The Lovers card often talks about a choice, a partnership, a choice in love in general. It can be whether you want to be with one person. It can be whether you want to be with who do you want to be with out of a couple of people, kind of thing. But effectively, this person is saying what they want is you, and not to be wishy-washy, and not to be indecisive or unsure anymore. So anything else you want to tell me about what this person wishes would happen in the connection between them and Sagittarius? I love it when nothing comes out. Okay, the Eight of Pentacles card in the upright. Queen of Pentacles and the Magician together, the Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Wow, I mean, and the Ten of Swords came out on top of the Hanged Man. This is like enough stagnancy, enough being in limbo. Also, something that was kind of keeping them, like, not really making any plans for their life, or having to pause what they're really doing with their life, like feeling like their hands are tied in some way. That's done. So now they are clear. They see the potential. Someone could have Earth in their chart, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. You don't have to, but this is very earthy energy of, hold Oh my gosh. Underneath the Nine of Pentacles card is the Lovers again. It's literally one of the two that I'm clarifying for what this person wishes. So this person is also liberated in some sense, in that allows them to make a choice. It feels like you met them or you're interacting with them, Sag, when they were in a place where they were dabbling before they could actually, they were free or in a headspace to make any sort of real decision. You could have met them when they were going through a divorce or a separation, and it was like things were too vague of what was going on with them to for them to really be fully in with you at all, because they didn't know what was going on with their life. But they were kind of playing in that new, like playing in a new environment before they could actually move into that environment. So they were playing with fire for sure. But basically now they're saying that they see 100% the potential, and they want to make it happen. Again, I've got this energy of nurturing. Queen of Pentacles is like a lovely, loving energy, and very caring, loyal, reliable, and also someone who wants to make the other person, make people feel like cared about and look after them, and give, very generous in energy and time and effort. So yeah, okay. What is the block or the challenge to this connection moving forward, though? We have the Knight of Cups and the Two of Cups in reverse. So the thing is, as much as this person's feelings, I would say, are just getting stronger with the Knight of Cups, they're feeling the King of Cups. What they want to happen is the Lovers, but the block or the challenge being the Knight of Cups. This is like they, as much as they want to pursue their feelings, it's like the connection is already broken between the two of you. If there was, like there felt like a kind of a spiritual tie between the two of you, or something that had brought the two of you together, like kindred spirits or kismet or something like this. It's almost like that, the belief in the unseen bond between the two of you has already kind of been shattered, almost like an illusion. And so now it feels more one-sided, the emotions. Whereas I feel like at one point it was two people feeling the connection mutually, but it's like that has been thrown away. Let me see. Why is this the block or the challenge to this connection moving forward? Why the Two of Cups in reverse? Three of Cups in reverse, Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Good grief. Yeah. Underneath the Ace of Swords is the Eight of Cups and the Moon and the Ace of Pentacles. So basically, this connection already feels broken, and that's the challenge. It's a lot easier when, in general, it's a lot easier to try and move things forward or work on things if it doesn't feel like it already came to a head where it was ruined. And it's harder for a lot of people, understandably, to get on board when they have already marked this in their head or their heart as screwed, done, tried it, got very hurt, and they've now written it off effectively. So it's now the fact that it got to that point. The truth came out, obviously, about a third party with the Three of Cups in reverse, obviously. The truth came out, but it's more that this was someone who was still in transition away. Like their life was in flux with this Eight of Cups. They were still... this isn't even like a moving away from something kind of Eight of Cups, funny enough, which is the traditional association. You see, this is actually showing an octopus, where this person is... Emotions, for one thing, are all over the place. These cups are all over the card in different places and different locations. Some of them are upside down, some of them are still upright. So someone's feelings were all over the place, and they were keeping all of that hidden. This was all being kept under the surface, kept in the shadows, whilst they tried to make, or they seemed to be trying to make, a new beginning happen with the Ace of Pentacles and the Magician. So, yeah. But why is the Knight of Cups here then, as the challenge. So the Page of Swords came out. It's now, if the challenge is the time to explain this stuff was a while ago. It's like the Page of Swords talks about the fact that now it's about learning, curiosity, learning each other, you know, that kind of thing. That was I think it's on that new Boo Oracle card. It's like getting to know each other, like finding out more about each other. There would have been a time where it's like, this is where you mention you're still going through a breakup, or this is where you mention you're still married, or whatever. That time has passed. But the other element of this is that as a challenge, someone has liked you, so this person has fallen for you more and more the more they've got to know you. However, because where the connection is at now is the Five of Pentacles that came out, which is out in the cold and kind of abandoned effectively. The bottom of the deck is the Ten of Cups, the Four of Cups, the Temperance card again. It's like someone has realized from getting to know you that you represent everything they could hope for and you make them very happy, but you've already potentially, it's like it's this understanding, this realization has come too late, and now they're kind of longing for something that is, they missed the boat on, basically, or they want to progress with something that they already missed the opportunity. It's not even, I mean, maybe they weren't in the right place at the right time to act on it, and you can't fault, that's just what it is. You can't fault them for that, but it's that there was a time to open up, to confide in the other person, and that goes back to the oracle cards about the cloudy judgment too. They might have even got advice from people to not explain something, because that would completely ruin any chance of possibility with you, Sag. And rather, it was a case of, if they had actually confided, there could have been more of an opportunity to deepen the connection. Instead, they came across as purposefully lying to you. The action this person's most likely going to take towards you next, Sag, we have the Five of Wands and the Queen of Swords. So the Five of Wands is another card talking about challenge. It is, it can often talk about conflict and arguments. It's almost like they're not going to want to give up, but they're facing backlash from your friends and family who are trying to protect you, or are giving this person a really hard time, I have to say. It's almost like they're an army of one facing off. It's an unfair fight is what I'm getting, but I'm seeing it's more like this person is going to be facing an unfair fight, trying to fight for you to... what I'm getting is like you being in your home or somewhere like in a bar or something, and this person coming into, or either being outside your door, like asking you to come down and talk to them, or like seeing you at a bar and being like, right, I'm going to go over and talk to Sag and you know, make my case. But they're being met with like a wall of people who won't even let them get close to you. But this feels unfair, I've got to be honest. So this feels like there's a lack of compassion going on towards this person. They're being made out as a villain, is what I'm getting. And they are fighting their case, but they are starting to get more and more despondent, disappointed, starting to feel like losing all hope, and just also feeling misunderstood and a little bit like unappreciated, I would say as well. Tell me more about the action this person's most likely going to be taking towards Sagittarius next. To the point that they may give up trying to speak their truth, like speak their side of things. They're starting to feel like this is hopeless, and maybe they've been misunderstood by other people in the past, so they're starting to shut down as well. Tell me more about the action. Okay, we have the World card that came out with the Page of Swords at the bottom of the deck. This is also... Oh my gosh. This is also, I was going to say, giving me like a message about it, some of this being online. It's like they want to... Maybe this is something you saw online, or you found out about them through like digging into them, investigating them online. It is like one of those things of where you think you'll find something. Eventually you will find something and be like, I knew it. And I say that with love because I've done it in the past and I had to learn from that. But it's like, and it's difficult with social media and that kind of thing. It's just like it's a big temptation to, you know, I'll just start spying on this person that I'm interested in. Or trying to investigate them, like we all turn into FBI agents or whatever. So, but it's something here about either they also might be seeing like or trying to communicate with you online as well. But this is why I went, oh my gosh, or whatever, because underneath the Prince of Swords is the Nine of Wands. Before I picked up this deck, I was saying about they were facing a wall of people if it's in the physical. But look at this, she's literally like, you shall not pass on this barrier that's been created, and underneath that is the Six of Swords. Like, you're not getting near me, I am getting away from you. So this person might try and communicate with you online. They might get a bit upset, and there might be a little bit of anger creeping in because they are, but it's frustration. It's not really like rage. It's frustration that you won't answer them, you won't listen to them, you won't maybe even read a message that they're sending you. It's just a brick wall that they're facing, and you're done with them. Okay, what's going to be happening going forward between the two of you here, Sagittarius? We have got the most likely, here I would say the next month or couple of months from when you come across this reading, we've got the Empress in the upright and the Six of Pentacles in reverse. The Empress is a beautiful energy of self-love, also love outwardly, protection of those that the Empress loves. She's the divine feminine. She's an energy of life and abundance. But funnily enough, the Six of Pentacles is in reverse when I'm saying about abundance and generosity and that kind of thing, because this is a lack of giving to each other. There's two people who cannot get on the same page. You see how the Six of Pentacles card in the upright, it can be read as a mediator figure, and then there's two people here who are looking each other square in the eye and kind of almost making like understanding each other, understanding where the other person is coming from. It can be read many different ways. Six of Pentacles is quite a complicated card, funnily enough. But for me, this is what I'm getting. And it's also, it could even be read as this very like generous, understanding person is seeing that they're not so dissimilar themselves from someone that they thought that they were more superior to, and actually maybe even seeing themselves as one of these people, and that we're really not so different, you and I, and kind of finding the common ground, finding a way to actually reconnect with someone and not necessarily feeling superior over them. But it's a very understanding, giving, generous energy, and that is in reverse. So essentially, but we have this Empress, and let me get a couple more clarifiers, because what I'm getting, Sag, is that it could be both of you who are like, okay, I'm, for you, or whoever is coming through in the Sag position, you could be saying, I deserve much better than this. I don't need this. I'm a flipping empress, I'm out. And this person can chew rocks, is that the phrase? Anyway, whatever. And the other person could be saying, listen, I tried to make this right. Yeah, I'm fallible. I am a human. I may have messed up in how I did not think clearly about how I, explained to Sag, or didn't explain what was really going on with me, but I have tried my best to then get through to them, to do what I can to improve the situation for us to get back on the same page. And because they are coming through, like they have kind of been looking after themselves and maybe rebuilding their sense of self-worth themselves. So they could also be coming through as this empress of like, I tried, but if Sag won't get on the same page as me, I have to value myself and know that like this, I'll take this as a lesson. It will make me stronger, but also I need to, because I just don't like the fact that this is also giving me the fact that there's like this power dynamic of one person feeling very, very superior to the other person because the other person made a mistake. And now the other person, I just hope that they don't get into that trap of trying to prove themselves that they did screw up once, but they now will, repent for the rest of existence. And because that in itself becomes a toxic dynamic. So bearing in mind, you could be on either side of this. Sag, which deck do I want to finish off? Let's go back to this one. Okay. Anything else? What's going to be happening between Sagittarius and this person going forward? Why the Empress? Why the Empress? Okay. Okay. So we've got the Magician and the Six of Wands that came out, which is manifesting a victory, effectively. If someone is also in that Empress energy, then they are in a beautiful frequency that allows, a lot of success and coming out, the feeling of coming out on top in this situation. Then we also have the Star card as well, which is Aquarius' major arcana, which is another stunning energy of feeling like very special, feeling like also being like admired as an absolute goddess with the Empress and the Star together. And that there's like the feeling of, okay, I don't see the two of you getting on board with each other at all, because it's more that I've got the Ace of Cups and the Lovers card that came out together, which talks about a new beginning, an opportunity for a new relationship, a new love interest enters the scene. And the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck, unexpectedly, unexpectedly, twist of fate, meeting someone else, one of you is, and feeling on top of the world, feeling like this is what I deserve. I'm the best with the Six of Wands, and this is more like what I asked for, and this is what I wanted. So and also the Star is massively talks about wish fulfillment being granted. Sometimes it's just delayed wish fulfillment, but yeah. So getting a wish come true, feeling on top, feeling like a winner, and having some sort of new start. There's just this as well, 9 of Swords and 5 of Cups that came out together, which is someone feeling desperately upset and racked with pain, like mental anguish. Why is that? Could be because the other person is starting something with somebody else. Yeah, oh my gosh, we've got the Devil card that came out, Capricorn's major arcana, and then the 7 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. I feel like it's the person. Oh my god. Underneath the Seven of Swords is the Moon, the Three of Swords, and the Seven of Pentacles. And there's the King of Pentacles as well. So this is Earth energy, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. There is strong Capricorn coming through, but it could be any sign. But this feels like someone, oh my gosh, just will absolutely be sitting in despair and regret that they were tied to, or, you know, they are now tied and bound by the deception that they involved themselves in the past, that what they could have had is lost, what they attempted to do was a failure. Maybe they were trying to keep things hidden to avoid people getting hurt, but instead they got hurt enormously in the process, and it just wasn't, they also may feel like they got tricked by like a devil influence that may have advised them to act in a cowardly way. Seven of Swords at the Moon, that's the coward's way out of dealing with things. It's smoke and mirrors and illusion, rather than being honest and upfront and open and available to confide in someone that they now have so much love for. And they're feeling, they're going to be feeling horrendous, but also completely blaming themselves that that this is what they got. This is their karma for the lies or the omissions that they told. Meanwhile, so two of you not seeing eye to eye in the near future, Sag. But it looks like if you're coming through as the Empress, obviously assign the roles, then it looks like you have something stunning beginning where you're going to be feeling like an absolute winner, and also maybe like getting exactly what you deserve for having to deal with someone who, I don't know why I feel sympathetic for this person. I don't normally feel sympathetic for liars. I'm just not getting that they're an awful person or something like that, but yeah, they royally screwed this up. It's like they didn't have any belief in themselves, though, previously as well. So they were acting from a very fear-based place. But, I mean, anything else you want to tell me? What's about this Ace of Cups for Sagittarius? Oh my god. Okay. There is this as well, though, because what came out was the Five of Wands came out crossing the Six of Wands. You know, I kept saying, like, you're going to feel like you come out on top, like you're a winner. There's a little, maybe it's not, if it's not for you, don't worry about it. But there is this kind of hint of, like, it was some sort of competition between the two of you about who was going to come out as a winner here. And it's like, you feel like by starting something with someone else, you get what you want of winning, hurting this person. I would just say to be careful with that kind of energy. If it can be tempting, but it can feel good at the moment, but like getting into something purely to spite the other person, or then like to make them feel extra bad, that's stirring up karma for yourself down the line, because that's also not acting out of authenticity. I just was getting this, like, I've never side-eyed the Empress in the upright before, but it's just giving me like, screw you. Like, do you know who I am? I'm the MFing Empress, and I'm going to make you feel so sorry that you ever, like, crossed me by, like, hurting you even more by showing you how amazing I am. It's like, I get it, but it's just not. It's not the vibe for the Empress, and it will be short-lived, that kind of victory. Yeah, Strength came out, and then the Princess of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Just like a word of caution here about this is like pride before a fall is what I'm getting, crossing a little bit into arrogance of, do you know who I am? do you know how many people want to be with me, kind of thing. Now, obviously, if that's not for you, then don't worry about it. But it's just a slight drip of cautionary message that's coming through here as well. And maybe that is why I'm getting this sense of empathy for this person who definitely screwed up. They didn't act in the best way, for sure. But I don't think that they're an awful person. It's not giving me that. So just to be careful about... so if maybe, and as I said, whole reading could be flipped, and you might be coming through as the other person, but the person coming through in the Sagittarius position, I would just, those in glass houses, etc., and not getting too much up on the high horse about because the other person made a mistake. That's what I've got for you this day. And if it doesn't resonate and you don't, that's not what you want to hear, you don't have to thumbs down the reading. This is a small YouTube channel, okay, guys? And it's just the message that's coming through, and if it's not for you, it's not for you, so don't worry about it. Anyway, but if it is for you, then hopefully that was useful, something that it was useful to take on board. Anyway, thank you so much for watching and for all your support to the channel. I always forget to say earlier on now, but please do hit the thumbs up button for me. It means a huge amount to me. It makes me so happy to see that people enjoyed my content. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to. I'd love to have you. And if it resonated at all, leave me a comment and let me know. I wish you all my very best. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.